Thanks for joining us. And there are times when we have some really serious interviews on KIRO Newsradio, some heavy topics. This is not one of them. Joining us are the I-5 commuters. Craig and Joe are here. You see them on Instagram, TikTok. I believe they're on MySpace as well. Maybe not.
Yep. They're not that old.
Yeah. Craig and Joe, thanks for being here. I-5 commuters. If a listener is not familiar or someone watching right now online, what is the I-5 commuters social site?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think the best way to describe it would be we're just two carpool buddies that have been driving together for a while. We started to see some pretty weird stuff going on I-5 between Tacoma and Seattle, and we just started filming what we thought was some ill behavior on the roads and started posting it to social media, and people seem to like it quite a bit. So that's pretty much what we do. We do have real jobs. This isn't what we do for a living, which is why you see some of the mustache and sunglasses going on right now, because our work may or may not even know that we're here right now doing this interview. But yeah, we just been carpool buddies driving along I-5 and just trying to spread the good word of what a good commute is like.
It's not hands-free. Oh, it's not hands-free, is it? Oh, it's not hands-free, is it?
6:46 a.m. Heading into Seattle via the I-5. Craig's on sticks this morning and texting. What are we looking at? Let's see. Maybe a spreadsheet, maybe Twitter.
This guy.
Two phones.
Two phones. One in his hand, one mounted. Can't make it up.
Safety is my goal. Well, let's see how well you are pacing towards that goal. Got a phone up, looks like a map. All right.
Great.
You can see it right there. There's the phone.
Yeah.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Can we get that phone down? Can we go ahead and get that phone down, please?
You guys are wearing disguises. If somebody is listening right now, they're wondering what the heck he's talking about, the disguises. You guys are really understated, kind of like your videos. Very understated, reserved, calm.
Yep. That's our vibe, huh?
Yeah, that's the first thing I think.
You know what? We get out of bed ready to just rock and roll. The energy. We always try and grab a Starbucks, get the caffeine rocking and rolling, and just bring the heat from 6 a.m. until, 6:30 when we get home at night.
Yeah, I'm asleep, and then 30 minutes later, I'm yelling, "It makes me sick!" It's somebody.
I want to just bring this up. I want to show this. This woman is playing Candy Crush, and you guys are following her along.
Yeah.
Just take a look at this.
Oh my God! You need to stop! You need to stop! Wow! Could erupt at any second. All right, we're playing Candy Crush in the RAV4 this morning. We're playing Candy Crush. We are playing Candy Crush in the RAV4. We are playing Candy Crush. We are crushing candies on I-5.
Oh, God, when she sees
Oh my God! You need to stop! You need to stop! You need to stop!
away!
Put it away! Craig's getting in on the action too. Put it down!
Oh, my God. Look at this.
Look at her, dude. She's on level 10.
Oh, God.
She beat 2 levels. Put it down! Put it down! Craig, hit her with the horn one more time.
Yep.
Hit her with the horn one more time.
Position.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, put it down! Put it down!
What were you thinking when you saw? You must see all sorts of stuff like this.
This was a shock. You know, there's an area in I-5 kind of right going past Boeing Field going north that seems to be a hot spot for us because you start to kind of hit this, wall of cars coming into the city. I was driving that day. Joe was filming, and we were shocked. We could not believe what we were seeing. It was hilarious, but so dangerous at the same time.
A lot of times I'll get a joke ready, like you'll see something and you're like, oh, cool. Like, here's something funny I could say for this. That was one of the things where wait, no freaking way. She's literally just dominating Candy Crush right now. Not just playing Candy Crush, dominating Candy Crush. She was a pro. She knew what she was doing, but obviously not something you should be doing while you're driving. So.
This was not her first time.
Not her first time. She was very comfortable in seat
All right, so you guys have one of the harder drives of the morning. I mean, you're coming from the south end, Tacoma-ish, into downtown, so you see it all kind of along the way. Was there something one day where you guys were just like, oh man, okay, people have got to see this, because we probably all see it, but we can't put our phones in our hands because we're solo, and that's distracted driving. Yeah. And did you just go, okay, you got to see this? I mean, was there one out there other than Candy Crush?
I mean, well, I'll jump in and then you can give your 2 cents too. But I will say, like, we see so many people on their phone, and like, even if we weren't making jokes about it, like even when I'm in the car by myself without Craig, it's honestly pretty upsetting. You're just like, man, there are I'm sure you guys drive around, you see it too. So many people on their phone, and of course, like we're humor first, and we're like trying to make people laugh. And really, this all started as us just trying to make our friends laugh. But we've gotten a lot of comments like, man, like, thank you so much for calling this out. It's been something I've wanted to call out for so long, and it's so nice to see like people doing it in a refreshing way. So I would say if there was one thing that kind of like got us going, it was just the amount of people we see on their phones and just like in their face, whether it's like a self-driving car or not. A lot of people not doing it in self-driving cars.
See the TV going in there, yep. That's just a great way to get me in position, Craig. Nice work. Excuse me, sir, I'm just wondering if you understand how dangerous you're being right now. Excuse me, sir, I'm wondering if you know how dangerous you're being to all the other drivers on the road. Oh, no, he's playing with it. Oh, no, he's playing with it. Where did you put that down, sir? Hey, no Donkey Kong. Hey, no Donkey Kong, sir.
And that was just like, it's fishing with dynamite. Like you see, it's like every half mile you're seeing somebody on their phone. And that was one of the ones where we're just like, man, we got to start calling these people out.
Yeah, it just snowballed. I mean, we were commuting for at least a year before we actually created the page. Joe actually created the page while we were driving. Yeah. Like, it just got to that point where we're like, this doesn't just happen once a week. It's every single day we commute. You know, 1 in every 3 or 4 cars we see is distracted in some way.
I remember the one video I showed. There was I think it was a delivery driver of some kind.
Yes.
And he's on his phone, and he's like, you either watching a movie or doing so, and then you pan out, and he's like, look at all these cars. You guys were almost dead. Yes. It was like, wow. It's funny, but you're pointing out something that's pretty damn serious and pretty endemic. I mean, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere, man. Yeah, and I don't know if it's just because like smartphones are getting better, or social media is getting more brain numbing, and people are just so used to being on their phone all day. But like it's not a problem that's getting better. I'll just say that.
No, not at all. We've started to see an uptick in people watching TV.
Oh,
it was
TVs,
first texting.
Yeah. TVs.
Now it's the phone's turned sideways on their dash, and they're watching movies, YouTube, whatever it might be. It's wild.
Jerry Springer isn't going to watch himself.
No.
Well, if you're watching Springer, I don't know. Maybe get a pass.
And this all started, you were just sending Snapchats to your friends, and they said, hey, you should go to social?
Yeah, pretty much. At first, Joe's thought was like, if we can make our friends laugh, that's good enough. Mm-hmm. Let's just post them out there. And then it went to, I wonder if somebody in the Pacific Northwest that does this commute will notice that video. I remember the day.
I remember the guy's name.
The guy's name.
Matthew Galogi. I hope he doesn't mind me calling him out, but Matthew Galogi commented on one of our, who we don't know, Matthew. If you're out there, thanks for being a fan of the Commuters. But he just commented, traffic was really bad today. I just remember that was like the first comment we got on one of our videos. We're like, oh, people are noticing us.
How did they notice that?
Yeah.
Right? And then that kind of just kept snowballing, and we started posting more and more, and had a couple go viral. And
guys, you have close to 500,000 people following you on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it all started with literally us just being like, well, it was one of our friends was literally like, you guys got to start posting this. You guys, this is a shame that this is a Snapchat that goes away. You have to put this on TikTok if for nothing else, just so it exists.
Yeah, I think everybody can just relate to the fact of commuting.
Yeah. Talk to me about this, because up until the beginning of this year, I was working more of a 9-to-5 here at KIRO. And I noticed over the past 3 years after the pandemic, we just started getting worse and worse and worse. And the drive now, I don't know how long you've been doing it, but I'm coming out of the South End too. The drive now is way worse than even before the pandemic. Are you noticing that? And how are you dealing with that?
Yeah, so I don't want to give too much away about our identities here,
Yes.
but we work in tech. So we both work in tech, and it's been something that's been like a hot button topic for a lot of the big tech companies around here. And I know this company, everybody loves them, and there's never any controversy with them. But Amazon is making all of their employees come back to the office like 5 days a week. And it's been something that our company's talked about. We're a smaller company, but a lot of these big tech companies in Seattle are making everybody come back. But it's like during COVID, we all moved away.
Yeah.
Like we were both living in Seattle before COVID happened, but then COVID happened and it's like, okay, we don't really need to be in a city anymore. So we moved out, which is what a lot of people did. And then all these companies are like, on second thought, productivity's a little down. Let's get you back in here. And then you're so right, Charlie. The roads are getting worse because I think more and more of these companies are saying, come on back, all you people that moved to Edmonds or Tacoma or wherever you went.
How about the behavior that go along with this? Now, I know you guys kind of started right pre-COVID. We're talking 6 years-ish into this commuting. The one thing I've noticed is when the roads were wide open, everyone, they're going 80, they're going in for years, no big deal. They're driving the same way, even though the roads are congested now. Yep. I mean, one of my favorite ones of yours is the follow your fullback. The way that people weave in and out as if there's no traffic is insane to me right now. I don't understand why. And are you seeing the same kinds of things that behavior that would never have flown in 2019 is now normal?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy the things we see. It is so congested. People riding the shoulder. We saw a bike this morning, lane split, going
Flying.
50 when we were all going 10, 15.
Scared the crap out of
It's
me.
crazy. It's crazy. People have no fear out there, and we're noticing a lot more of it for sure.
And guys, I mean, it's got to be a release where somebody is you're the voice for so many people. You're calling them out for being knuckleheads.
Yes.
Yeah.
We turn around like what typically was the worst part of your day. Now that we actually look forward to it together, right?
It's become one of the more fun parts.
So fun. We love it. We love it.
Yeah, but what you were saying, like, it really, especially like when you're in a commute and you're like in a consistent commute, you see a lot of the same cars, you see a lot of the same people. I don't know if it happens to you guys too, but there's almost like a community feel to it when you are in a like gridlock traffic. And it's just like, hey, we're part of the grid. I'm no longer one car. I'm part of this grid. We're all moving together. We're all a team. But yeah, it's more and more now. You get the fullback lead blockers that think I'm going to bob and weave and I'm going to do a Marshawn Lynch, frickin' get myself through 15 cars and maybe get into work 2 minutes faster. So yeah, I mean, it feels like there's a lot more people like that where, a couple years ago, it's almost like this like community vibe to the commute where now you're just getting a little bit more of crazy guy alerts is what we'd like to call them. Oh, we got a crazy guy on our hands and see a little bit more of those.
You guys ever get scared or worried? Because it's not like people haven't been shooting at random cars or road rage has gotten any better. Some of the times as you call out the people on the videos as well, do you ever have concerns? Have you had close calls? I mean, kind of take us through that.
Yeah. So we definitely get a lot of comments and DMs that you guys need to be a little bit safer.
It's actually
like, don't yell at them. You could get shot. This.
It's pretty nice. People will be like, we don't want anything to happen to you guys.
Yeah.
Like, please just be careful. Like just random people we've never met before. But go ahead.
Yeah. So there's a couple cars we've kind of identified as we're not going to film them.
Yeah.
Go on.
Lifted truck. Car with a lot of tint.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on inside.
Yeah.
We actually had a lifted truck throw a rock at us
while
we were driving. We got it on film.
Yeah, there's the videos out there.
This guy, I was driving that day, followed us. And I was actually concerned. So I got all the way over to the right lane, ended up, going by us, but like that was probably our closest call.
Yeah.
So we try and kind of see, who are we actually talking to in the car before we do it. But
yeah. We really try to be mostly just like funny and instead of like aggressive. Now, if you're a fan of the I-5 Commuters, you're probably like, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, right, Joe.
When have you guys been passive at all?
Yeah, we're chill.
We're super chill, right? But no, like, we do try to like keep it more chill than not. Sometimes I get a little crazy, but at this point, it almost feels like we have a commitment to the commuters out there. Like we have a responsibility now almost because there's so many people that follow us and like expect content from us. So it's just like it's a risk we're willing to take.
Well, we don't want you dying.
Yeah,
that's
true.
the thing.
That's true. That's true. Just be chill. Just be chill out there, commuters. That's all we ask.
Have they picked out your car? I mean, you say it's kind of a commuter. There's certain cars out there. Do they know it's the I-5 commuters that's rolling up on them, or?
You know, funny thing. This morning we were driving. I was filming a guy. He was texting. He pulls down his window, starts laughing. Knew exactly who we were. we passed him an air freshener, so we're starting to notice that more and more. People will notice us.
Yeah.
Our car, a little bit. You know, like I'll drive a Jeep and they'll see that, you know, on the steering wheel and they'll call that out. But it's funny. We're starting to get noticed more and more while we're out there, and it's pretty funny. We enjoy it.
Yeah, it's almost like we're getting too big. You know, we get people. We're like, hey, put the phone down. He's like, I love you guys. We're like, we're like, no, we're not cool. We're not cool. And he's like, no, you guys, we love what you do. And I'm like, well, put the phone down. But okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I-5 commuters, we got to have you guys back. You'll join us regularly, right?
Yes.
Hey.
And something I do want to say before we leave
Okay.
is on our way in, we had 97.3 on. We were listening to the traffic updates by Sully. And this guy is spot on, people. If you want the real traffic updates, he's like, if you're in Federal Way right now, it's going to be about a 1 hour, 15-minute commute. And we look down at the maps, and what does it say, Craig?
1 hour 15.
1 hour
This
15.
guy's rock solid.
On the freaking nose.
Yep.
So you guys do a good job. You got some pretty good intel out there.
Yep. You gained some new listeners today.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Now you can text me while you're driving and give me the updates. I rely on our texters in a big way. You would not believe. And most of them, I hope, are doing it legally.
From the
If not,
passenger
they're
seat.
on your videos.
Yeah, they're texting you from the passenger seat, of course.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for being here today. You are listening to Seattle's Morning News.